Hello, and thank you for joining me for the AWS Summit Online. My name is Jude, and I am AWS's Head of Cloud Innovation in EMEA. In this session, we'll explore remote learning and what we are doing to help educators continue their important work all over the world. As this map from UNESCO shows, the majority of countries, here in purple, have enacted nationwide school closures, and the countries in pink have closed schools in certain regions. Only the few countries in blue have allowed learning institutions to remain open, so the vast majority of governments have found themselves needing to rapidly scale and in some cases create new distance learning capabilities. In many cases, however, the infrastructure just isn't there. In fact, less than 25% of low-income countries are currently providing any form of remote learning. The majority are using TV and radio. In stark contrast, close to 90% of high-income countries have enabled remote learning, nearly all online. A staggering 1.5 billion K-12 children worldwide were home from school in April, and there is an emerging global realization that technology has a bigger role to play in education. The World Economic Forum says that the pandemic has reminded us that we live in an interconnected world, and suggests that educators might evolve from knowledge holders to knowledge facilitators who will need to unlock technology in order to deliver education. Let's look at the role that technology has played during the COVID-19 crisis and explore what back to school might look like. AWS has worked with its EdTech partners for many years to help K-12 and higher education deploy innovative teaching and learning technologies all over the world. These capabilities are helping them tackle the challenges they face today, and we stand ready to help them tackle tomorrow's challenges too. Education was already migrating to cloud before the current crisis, and we expect that trend to continue, given the long-term concerns expressed by presidents of universities in a recent study carried out by Inside Higher Ed. 90% of presidents are concerned about financial stability, and the top 3 calls for help were in operational planning, instructional technology development, and student support service capabilities. And so the same technologies that are helping educators continue their work during the outbreak of COVID-19 will be there to help when we return to something like normal. We're seeing rapid modernization coupled with a close focus on cost management and increased training of faculty, other members of staff, and students all over the world. For example, 14,000 educators, along with a few students, attended a recent Educate webinar series on remote learning and working best practices. We're seeing large migrations, expanding capacity, and new platforms, applications, and content emerge every day. I'll come back to a few more examples from across the world, but for now, the one that my family is experiencing firsthand. One of my daughters is one of those 1.5 billion children who are home from school at the moment, and her school uses some software called Firefly, which enabled her to get back to school, albeit virtually, in no time. Firefly recently moved to AWS and were able to scale immediately to meet the new demand, and other schools without equivalent capabilities were able to sign up and instantly continue educating their students. I'm not sure how happy that made the students, but I've got a pretty good idea how parents feel about it. Here are some of the organizations for which we provide mission-critical infrastructure, and never before has that been more demonstrably true. Santillana, the leading education publisher in Spain, is now running more than 50 solutions in 22 countries. Each employs intensive data processing and supports complex multimedia content. On AWS, Santillana is able to auto-scale their capacity instantly, rather than standing up new infrastructure, which can take months, and use machine learning-based technologies, such as Amazon Comprehend, to analyze student data. AWS now spans 76 availability zones in 24 AWS regions around the world, and has announced plans for 9 more availability zones and 3 more AWS regions in Indonesia, Japan, and Spain. In addition, we have a global network of edge locations made up of 216 points of presence. That's 205 edge locations and 11 regional edge caches in 84 cities across 42 countries. On AWS, you're able to replicate easily across availability zones and regions, in some cases at no extra cost. Our low-latency infrastructure has been designed and built to prevent downtime. With our simple storage solution, S3, your data will be safe, with 99.99s of durability. As I said earlier, ministries and departments of education, colleges and schools around the world are rapidly adopting remote learning and working in order to maintain business continuity and provide students with continued access to education. From quickly scaling learning management systems and launching virtual classrooms, to upskilling educators and setting up remote help desks, we are working with edtechs and educational institutions to provide mission-critical infrastructure and tools that enable them to continue to deliver safely and efficiently. Let's take a closer look at a few examples from across the world of how education has been leveraging AWS during the past few months. Across the Middle East, AWS is collaborating with edtechs to provide millions of students with access to online learning content. The government in Jordan quickly deployed a new learning platform, working with a local content startup, Modernization, and our AWS team. Since launch and in less than a month, 35 million classes have been viewed by 2 million students. The solution is evolving by adding online assessments, including 70,000 completed student examinations. AWS is also supporting Brazil's largest K-12 systems, Somos Educagal, in extending online education to more than 1.3 million students and faculty. Also in Brazil, AWS is providing the São Paulo state government with infrastructure they need in order to offer online classes at no cost. This is the first digital initiative of its kind in Brazil's public school system and will benefit approximately 1 million high school students. In Egypt, in order to ensure that the country's 22 million K-12 students could continue to receive education, the Ministry of Education worked with CDSM Thingy, an AWS partner, to provide remote access to the Egyptian Knowledge Bank site. The site received 7.3 million page views and accommodated more than 574,000 concurrent users actively engaging in digital learning within the first 5 hours of going live. As Italy imposed national quarantine, AWS worked with EdTech BSmart to provide students in Italy access to virtual classrooms using Amazon's audio and visual calling service, Chime SDK. Thanks to this new service, 30% of schools in Italy are now conducting their classes online. And the CEO of BSmart said that they were able to build multi-party video interaction capabilities in our virtual classroom application for schools in Italy in under 8 days, and that the feedback from teachers and students using their application had been excellent. In India, edtech startup Impartus has stepped in and supported schools across the country by launching virtual classrooms at no cost to more than 530,000 students and 32,000 teachers so far. That is the online equivalent of 13,000 physical classrooms. AWS has already helped Impartus onboard more than 90 educational institutions, such as the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi, as well as the Berlin Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, Narayana Schools, and others. AWS is helping those institutions not only connect their students, but also their faculty and staff to ensure business continuity. Athabasca University in Canada had to scale remote work access to 180 staff across Alberta. IT staff wiped laptops that weren't being used, installed a new operating system, and loaded them with Amazon workspaces. Within a few days, staff could work remotely for the first time. Higher education institutions are also turning to the cloud to establish call centers to field IT inquiries from hundreds of thousands of students and faculty as they adjust to using new applications for remote work and online learning. Some institutions, such as the University of Arizona in the United States, adopted Amazon Connect in order to enable staff to receive calls on their computers or cell phones throughout the day. Susan Legg, Executive Director, IT Service Management, said that Amazon Connect was a lifesaver for the University of Arizona during these truly unprecedented times. In addition to providing the technologies we provide, we also support education by training and resources needed to upskill faculty and other staff members as learning moves to the cloud and teach students critical cloud technology skills. AWS Educate is a global program that gives students and educators access to cloud resources. We offer resources, often online, in 200 countries and territories and 11 languages, including classroom facilitator guides for teachers and hands-on activities involving AWS services such as Lex, essentially speech recognition, and Poly, which turns text into lifelike speech. In order to help organizations build the cloud skills required for effective and efficient use of our platform, we offer a range of training and certification resources designed by AWS experts and delivered by AWS staff and certified instructors, with skill enablement validated through 11 industry-leading AWS certifications. AWS Training and Certification offers over 600 free digital courses on our training portal to accelerate cloud knowledge for students. Topics range from security, big data, data warehousing, and machine learning. AWS Academy provides higher education institutions with a free, ready-to-teach cloud computing curriculum that prepares students to pursue industry-recognized certifications and in-demand cloud jobs. Our curriculum helps educators stay at the forefront of AWS cloud innovation so that they can equip students with the skills they need to get hired in one of the fastest-growing industries. In order to support ministries, schools, and technology companies in recent times, we have used a range of solutions that support distance learning and communication. A short time ago, I mentioned the role that Amazon Workspaces played in enabling faculty members to work at home in Canada. Workspaces is a managed, secure desktop as a service solution that helps mobile and remote employees access the applications they need by delivering a cloud desktop that is accessible anywhere with an internet connection using any supported device. With Amazon Workspaces, your remote workers get a fast, responsive desktop of their choice that they can access anywhere, anytime, again, using a supported device. Amazon AppStream 2.0 is a fully managed application streaming service that allows students to access the applications they need on their computer, whether they're in the classroom, the library, a cafe, or at home. Your students simply open a web browser, choose the application they need, and continue learning. Amazon Connect enables businesses to establish a fully operational contact center that can be operated virtually anywhere in minutes, as was the case, as I mentioned earlier, at the University of Arizona. Connect enables people to work at home and perform all their usual contact center tasks. Agents can make and take calls. Supervisors can monitor and coach agents in real time as if they were sitting in the same office. Managers can view dashboards, run reports, monitor service levels, listen to call recordings, and track performance, all from home. Amazon Chime lets you meet, chat, and place business phone calls with a single, secure application from anywhere. You don't need to switch between applications to collaborate and can instantly go from a chat to a call, share your screen, and even invite more people to join your meeting. And when it's time for your meeting, Amazon Chime will call you and all of your devices to ensure that you're never late and that your meetings start on time. I use Chime every day and I love it. And as we saw earlier, Amazon Chime helped 30% of Italy's school children to continue their education at home. Amazon WorkDocs makes it easy to collaborate with others from anywhere and lets you easily share content, provide rich feedback, and collaboratively edit documents. You can use Amazon WorkDocs to retire legacy file sharing infrastructure by moving file shares to the cloud. Amazon WorkDocs lets you integrate with other existing systems and offers a rich API so that you can develop your own content-rich applications. Again, I use it every day and it's a fantastic tool. AWS Client VPN is a fully managed pay-as-you-go VPN service that elastically scales to support thousands of remote users. Client VPN is designed so that your employees can access any company resource, both within AWS and on-premise, from any location, with one console to manage all connections. You can find more information on our Day One and public sector blogs, as well as the AWS Education site, the links for which are on the screen, but they're easy to find. All three resources have a wealth of recent information in more detail than I've been able to cover today, and links to other areas of interest. It has been my pleasure to talk to you today. Do let us know if you would like to know more about anything that I have said, or if there's anything else that we can help you and your organizations with. And please complete the session evaluation and take care out there.